Welcome to our home at 4352 Haight Avenue. On the left is what the house looked like when we purchased it. On the right, you can clearly see we made some changes. Starting at the top of the house on the third floor, we added 2 dormers, on the right facing south and one on the left facing north, and the beautiful Parker Woods. We turned the 2 sets of windows into 2 sets of double doors, and this lets in an amazing amount of light into these rooms. Additionally, we turned the balcony, or the roof of the previous porch over here, into a balcony. And now we can get to see the beautiful sunset while chatting with friends. We've replaced the heavy, thick columns on the left with more delicate, but still just as sturdy and more decorative, thinner columns on the right. And instead of steps, we've created a step-free ramp all the way up to the front porch, which was raised so that it's even with the door and is completely step-free all the way in. Oh, and at the top end of the ramp, before turning onto the porch over here, is a metal artwork railing created by the local Northside artist Kate Dembski. In this picture you can see it just peeking above the flowers on the right, and you'll get a much better view at the end of this video of this art piece that utilizes a botanical theme picked up from the existing stained glass in the house, and that is put over a geometric representation of Euclid's golden ratio. Being in the front door, we're in the living room, but we're going to go to the kitchen and talk about it first. On the left, you'll see the sister piece of functional metal artwork I just described here next to the fridge, supporting the cabinet above. And now you can definitely see the botanical viney elements with glass balls here, here, and here that glow under black light, representing buds ready to flower. This is over the geometric square golden ratio elements. You can see that large square here, smaller, 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 and smallest, and another set of the same thing here, going in a spiral. This is much more inviting than visually running into a large solid piece of dark wood when entering a small galley kitchen. A couple elements that make it feel bigger but also have the benefit of greater accessibility to people with disabilities is the open space underneath the cooktop straight ahead. This allows room for the legs of a wheelchair user underneath the surface that they're using to prep or cook dinner. For people with visual challenges, having a counter similar in shade to the cabinets and floor can be difficult. We've addressed this by having a glass countertop that we've lit using LED strip lights. This serves a second function as a fabulous nightlight that we can change to any color we want. In this instance, purple. Now, turning around and looking at the other end of the kitchen, I want to point out a few elements that are the result of the very talented woodworker Dawn from Centerline Construction. Centerline was our general contractor in charge of the entire remodel of this house. The very talented Dawn created the decorative tray ceiling with lighting seen up here at the top. And I originally designed that for 4304 Hamilton, but when I moved here, I couldn't live without it. So I had it recreated in this kitchen and living room, which you'll see later. Additionally, on either side of the windows, you'll see lit glass cabinets. Those cabinet doors actually started out just as solid as the ones to your right above the refrigerator. You can see that he did an amazing job cutting out the dark wood solid panel from the inside of the door and replacing that panel with glass from Northside's very own Southern Ohio glass on Blue Rock. They also produced glass shelves. From the outside, you can't tell, and you can only tell a little bit from the inside. Fabulous job. Inside the cabinet, lighting is a combination of full spectrum strip lighting, and you can see that here in the white strip, and a UV black light in the dark strip. And here's what it looks like at night, with the UV lights on and the purple and the strip lighting turned purple. Now, going in up close on the left cabinet, you might not have noticed yet, but all of the dark panels actually have thin decorative copper strips bordering the outside edges of the entire panel. You can see it right there, and it goes all the way around on all of them. We put those there using washi tape, more typically used for scrapbooking. While we're here next to the back door, let's go outside and look at the deck. Pretty standard. There are a couple of umbrellas that can provide either shade or cover from the rain on either side of the deck, but the coolest part is the decorative pattern of the flooring that matches the decorative tray ceiling in the kitchen and living room, and the same pattern on the floor of the living room. It goes around the edges. And here it is at night with the lights going all the way around the edges. Again, strip lighting, and it's hid underneath the handrails. And here it is from a sort of bird's eye perspective, where you can definitely see the decorative pattern on the floor. Stepping back into the house from the back deck puts you in the kitchen where, and you can see in the distance, both the decorative tray ceiling and the decorative floor of the living room. Originally, we were just going to have Northsider Art Diekman, whose business is doing wooden floors, just sand and resurface the existing floor, but the floor wasn't in good enough condition to do that, so he expertly mirrored the decorative tray ceiling pattern into a new floor. You can see that here around the edges, and it mirrors what's going on up here at the top. I want to draw your attention to the far side with the front door. We were blessed to have found these botanical vine-themed tea light holders that we used to frame the door, and the tea lights at night are beautiful. Stepping back into the living room, but this time into the doorway of the game room, looking back towards the kitchen at the opposite corner. From here you can see the shelves with lights we designed, and another talented subcontractor from Centerline, this time Richard Harvey, created. These shelves each have 2 holes drilled out for copper plumbing pipes to go through, and you can see those here and here, and that way you can reposition them however you want. Additional copper plumbing elements anchor it to the wall, serving as foundational supports for originally unstained 1" by 12" by 6" boards that have concave toe molding glued to the front edge that hides the strip lighting. We also added UV lighting to 2 shelves here and here to show off my husband's collection of natural minerals and crystals, along with a few glass pieces that glow with entirely unexpected different colors under UV light. Now let's go upstairs and step into the master bath. A couple features in here help people with disabilities that have mobility challenges. One is a shelf that extends out from the wall so that someone in a wheelchair can get their knees and feet under a sink here, and their knees and feet under the sink without their toes being squished into a wall. Next is the curbless European shower, and here's where a curb would normally be that you'd have to step over. None here, so nothing to trip over either. A unique and really cool feature of this bathroom is the glass tile that looks like water flowing down along the far side and across the floor. The grout for the tile has an element that makes it glow in the dark, highlighting this feature. It's bright enough that you don't need a nightlight. Now for the guest bathroom. I'm putting this in here for all the Star Trek fans. No one else is going to understand. After my husband saw the glowy grout in our bathroom, he decided that our guest bathroom could be the holodeck. Coming back to the stairwell leading from the second floor to the first, you can see another Kate Dembski metal art piece carrying the same botanical and geometric golden ratio theme throughout the house. Now, most people are going to think baby gate, but no. This one has no locks, but does have space for cats to jump through and is far sturdier. This puppy is strong enough to guarantee there are no 300-pound wheelchairs with occupant taking a nosedive down the stairs if they're going through the door on the right or getting into the elevator to the back left of our current vantage point. And it has the beautiful added bonus of, again, being beautiful. Now passing the reading nook on the right and pneumatic elevator on the left, we are entering the game room. Let's step over to the far right hand side over here and look back. Over here we get a better view of the built-in shelves. You can see here, just like the ones in the kitchen. Living room. And the cushion right here, built-in bench with the cushion. That cushion was created by the Northside's own Ian Moreau, who owns Moreau Sewing Unlimited on Chase Avenue. By the way, he also did the upholstery work for the couch and the kitchen cafe sets of chairs that you saw earlier. For curtains in this room, we use scarves folded over and clips to hang them from copper plumbing pipes. Copper and brass colored washi tape decorate the pneumatic elevator that you see over here and the copper going down. And then with all of this coming together to create a bit of a steampunk feel. And if you look up here in the corners of this door, you can see the octopi in the corners of the doorway between the game room and the living room. And octopi that adorn all of the first floor doors. It's right there in the middle of them. And as you leave, you are visually serenaded adios by Kate Dembski's beautiful metal artwork.